as Manuel said, my name is Sina Landorff, and I'm a solopreneur, I would consider myself. I'm a trainer for emotional intelligence and positive communication. So today, I would like to you about entrepreneurship in terms of clarity. Clarity in a very, very sensitive way. Clarity with yourself and eventually with your co-founder. So I heard we are a lot of students here, so maybe the co-founder thing is not important yet, but maybe later. So let's see. So when I say co-founder, there might be a couple of options here. So A, you don't have a co-founder and you don't want a co-founder, so this could be an option. It could be so that you are already looking for a future co-founder, that you have something envisioned and you're already on the hunt, or you maybe already have someone you want to start a business with, or you have started a business with and you have a co-founder and you're happy. So, there's also option D, actually. There's the option that you have a co-founder and you want to get rid of, but this is also not what, what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about option B and C. I'm talking about the situation you have a co-founder or you want a co-founder. And I want to make sure that you are all pulling on the same end of the string. What I'm going to talk about is clarity. And even if you don't have a co-founder, you can listen and take the time to reflect on your own clarity. Because honestly, this is where the journey starts. All collaborations in business start with me, with myself, and me knowing exactly what you want. So if you're still a student, this is a great exercise before anything starts. Make sure you know what you want. So basically, my first question to you is, have you defined what success means to you? What is success for you personally? Like for you who is listening, looking at me, what is success? Is success money? And what kind of money? Is it what you as a founder or as an employee, is it what you make a month? Or is it as an entrepreneur, if you start a company, and is it about the revenue the company makes? Or is it about being the founder of a company that is listed on Wall Street? Or eventually is success the size of a company you're growing, measured by how many people work in that company? Or if you are in multiple locations in multiple countries? Or is success for you personally maybe fame? Fame by who? Your family? Do you want them to be proud of you? Or is it to be recognized in your neighborhood? Or is it that you want to be named in a certain newspaper? It can also be impact. Impact is also a very great goal to be successful, or a great measurement. And it has also different facets. So it could mean that you want a certain kind of impact by knowing a lot of people in maybe in politics or in the economy. Or do you want to be an opinion leader? Or simply you want to make this world a better place. But what does it mean, a better place? What is a better place for you? Does it maybe have to do with freedom? So asking you again, what does success mean to you? Is it personal independence from something, or from, in general, everything? Being independent from other people, being financial independent, being where you want and when you want, or doing the things you like, being free of anyone who tells you what to do. So maybe be free of guidance. So to be honest, most people have a broad idea, have a broad understanding what they want, and that's fine. But I am inviting you to take a little bit time out of your busy schedule to play with those thoughts and double check with you as a founder, you as a student, you as the person who you are. What do you want? What is it that you desire? And give yourself that space to dream until you can taste it, until you can smell it, until you can close your eyes and see it straight and clear, until it's a picture in your mind. And sometimes it helps to ask yourself detailed questions. So me and my coaching sessions, I always ask those detailed questions. It's not always comfortable, it's not always comfort zone, but it helps to get a real understanding. So for example, if money and fame is a strong driver, which is a strong driver, unfortunately, money and fame is it's a good enabler, but once it's there, it usually doesn't really feel fulfilling, and it's sometimes not sustainable if we are not really detailed and clear. So if we don't ask the detailed questions, and the detailed questions could be, how much money do I want to make? How much money do I want to earn in order to feel successful? What's the exact amount I need? And what do you want to do with it? What's the money going to be for? Who is benefiting from it? How can you create more value with the money you make? And another important question, are there other people that would benefit from your wealth? Who is it? Is it your small circle of people around you? Or are you gonna stop hunger in the world? And have you asked yourself how that could look like? How that could make you feel? What about our planet? These detailed questions are very, very important. And there's also a good way to coach yourself. It's a great exercise I would like to share with you. It's something I do all the time. It's called in German Diade. So it's D-I-A-D-E. I don't really know the English word. So what you can do, and it's a very powerful tool. You set yourself a timer to like 10 minutes and you relax. And then you write on a piece of paper, tell me something about myself and success. Just this one sentence up on the table. And then you answer that question. You basically do a brain dump. And whatever comes to your mind, there's no right, there's no wrong. You just write it down. Tell me something about myself and success. So the first thing that comes to your mind, you write it down. Then you ask yourself again, tell me something about myself and success. And you write it down again. And you do it until the time is up, and you don't even have to have a timer. You can just do it as long as you want. And you will see you get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. It's a very powerful tool, which I do with everything. I do it with tell me something about myself and money. Tell me something about myself and love. Tell me something about myself and success. There's so much I can identify about myself, and it's really, really great. And of course, you can ask yourself now, sorry, Sina, why should I do that? Why is that important? And if it's okay to you, I would like to give you 3 examples why this is quite necessary. So first of all, it's a great motivation. Like Simon Sinek teaches, find your why, because your why will push you through in hard times. If you don't know why you do something, it's way easier to give in, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you want to become an entrepreneur. Your why is the fuel to your engine. Second, when you don't know what success is, how will you be able to reach it? I mean, think about it. If you never feel success, even you're the most successful woman or man on this planet, you will be always hustling. You will be hustling forever, and you will not enjoy life when you don't know what success actually feels like and means to you and is. So there's a classic example I would like to share with you. It is your mom tells you to go to the garden and bring her reishi. When you don't know what reishi is, how can you come back and bring it to her? You might go to the garden, stand there, look around, and you might be standing right in front of the reishi, but you're not able to bend over, lift it up, and bring it because you don't know what it is. And this is the same with our goals, with our knowledge about success. When I don't know what success is for me, I can never be successful. And I come back to my mother then, and empty-handed, and this is very disappointing for me, and this is very disappointing for my mother, which leads me to point number 3. Without my clear goal, I cannot communicate with other people. And if I cannot communicate what I want and what I need, they cannot help me. And that's sometimes very frustrating when there is no help and no support. But it's down to me knowing what I want in order to communicate it. And if I don't, nobody can help me, not even my co-founder. Yeah. And if we can tell people what success means to us, we cannot work on the same goal together. And it might happen that we work on different goals. And especially in a startup, this is crucial, to work on the same goal, to use all our strengths and our qualities and our focus on the same end of the string and pull strong and pull long, or as long, until we have the success in our arms. And this brings me kind of back to the co-founder. When we have a co-founder, we have to be very clear and honest with each other. We have to have that talk. We have to have the clearance. We have to build trust together. And it happens a lot of times that we might not have the same long-term goal, but we might have a in common short-term goal. That's possible. And once we know, it's very important because it's also okay as long as we are clear about it. Because the moment we are clear about it, there will be no bad surprise. We are open and we are honest, and that avoids bad experiences. Do you know what I mean? So basically, it comes down to 3 steps. First, you have to be clear with what you want in life. Second, you have to ask the same questions to your co-founder too. And third, then you have to communicate and find a common ground to set expectations. So, and I know number 3 can be a bitch. It can be super hard. Communication is a tough field. I studied communication at the University of Rostock. And there's a lot of theory about it, but in the end, communication only works if you do it. And you do it by asking the right questions. And one question could be that you ask your co-founder, and this also is applicable to all kinds of friendships or partnerships or collaborations in general. Where do you see this company in 1 year, in 5 years, and in 10 years? And then for you, it's important to shut down, to let the other person talk. Just sit there, let them talk. Just listen. No judgment. It's all about what the other person has envisioned, what the other person sees to him or herself. It's about hearing the truth. Another question could be, which tasks will you take in full responsibility on? And what are the things you enjoy doing? Like in new work. New work always means embracing our strengths and working on our weaknesses together. But this is crucial to know what my co-founder wants to do where he wants to get busy, where he wants to get his or hands dirty. But I can only find out by letting my co-founder speak to himself without me putting the words in his or her mouth already. And then it's also a very important thing to find out about the other person. What do you not want to be doing? And what is it you don't want responsibility or ownership on? This is very, very important, especially in business, that you don't let the other person do something they don't want and they can't, and then have false expectations. It's very hurtful for both ends because it's a lose-lose situation. But focusing on what they're both good at is a win-win situation. Also, what's very important to know is how the other person sees daily business. When should we start working and when should we stop working? How will be their breaking times and vacation, and like how is the connectivity? Can I text you on WhatsApp or should I only stay on Slack? It's a very crucial information I have to have in order to communicate straight and clear. And also, what do you expect me to do? And what do you want me not to do? And last but not least, in my list of questions, how can I give you feedback? Do you want straight up the solution mode? Or do you need me to be there for you and just listen? A co-founder is literally like a spouse, just without sex, I suppose. The same clarity you can get from a co-founder, you can bring into your partnership, into your marriage. And it's definitely critical in business. I always say communication is the key to everything. And the way I communicate to myself and the way I communicate with others is the way to my personal success in life and in business. So thank you for listening to me. That was my contribution of the day.
Awesome, Sina, as usual. Wow. I felt like meditation, listening to you. Wow. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, I think this the communication with unique business and unique, billion-dollar idea, but until unless you have a market, you don't really have a product. So that's why we have included this customer segment in working session 2. So as far as I see, every startup called their customers and they understood the journey. So I'm glad that you all did it. So now we need to move on to the next session. So the art of storytelling. So we have the two